Here are some facts about bitmapped images. There are basically two types of 2D graphics used on computers these days. One is called bitmapped and one is called vector. Bitmapped images are basically pixels on a grid, which means if you take an image and you blow it up really huge, you'll see all these little squares. The other type of image utilizes mathematical curves, and that's called vector. We'll explore that at another time. Bitmapped images are also called rasterized images, and they're resolution dependent because they're made up of a bunch of little squares. The squares can be referred to as dots per inch or pixels per inch. It's basically the same thing. Computers use a certain number, printed things use a certain number, and basically if the resolution is too low, the image will appear fuzzy and jagged. The end product dictates the optimal resolution image. Magazines use 300 dots per inch, printers. Newspapers use 200. Computers require 72 dots per inch, which means that if you're looking at the image and you can see the jagged part, the resolution is too low. All scanners reproduce whatever they're scanning as a bitmapped image. So here you're looking at this logo factory design studios, but if you were to blow it up because it's been a scanned image, you'll see these gray jagged edges on everything. It's because it's a scan. Compared to vector images, which you can see on the left here, you can't increase the resize the image and not have those pixels start to show up. Eventually, even if you're starting at the same, bitmapped image will start to show the dots, basically. Another problem with bitmap images is they actually show white dots. You can't maybe see them on a computer screen if the background's white, but there's minimal support for transparency. So for example, this is using red, green, and blue, as computers do for the color, and it's also got white dots. What that means is if you took it and put it against another color, you would see a white background. Basically, bitmapped images have minimal support for transparency, but they're very popular because file sizes are small and you can do quite a few things with not very many squares, as indicated by these bitmapped icons. Common file formats for bitmaps include BMPs, which is a Microsoft version kind of a JPEG, a GIF, a JPEG, which are probably the most common bitmap file format, a PNG, which is a Mac version of a JPEG, a TIFF, which photographers often use because there's a great deal of information that comes in with each one of the little squares. So you can save the file, a TIFF file, as a JPEG. It'll just take that information, throw it out, make it much more small, which is where a JPEG gets its common use. It's a reduced file. And then there's a PSD file, an Adobe Photoshop file. Those incorporate layers, and they're usually, you can only open them in another Adobe program. Popular bitmap editing programs are Microsoft Paint. Adobe Photoshop is by and large the most popular one used nowadays. Corel Photo Paint, Corel Paint Shop Pro, and the GIMP, and there's probably others. But if you're asking my opinion, go with Photoshop and save from there. That's it on bitmap images. I hope that's helped. Thank you.